Yeah, 28 grams of moss, 28 grams of moss. Little people the king, little people the king. Y'all ain't ready for this, y'all ain't ready for this. Yeah. I'm the champion, I'm the champion, I'm the champion, I'm the don't know why you can't wanna wait to be with the street just to give you cats a chance to eat. What you got for early didn't finish the plate. Now that I'm back, you rap cats are gonna have to wait. Been gone a whole year, still nobody got the leadership or the heart to even feel my spot. I'm the champion, must I say it again? The best in this rap game and I continue to win. See, I'm allergic to that, losing makes me sneeze. That's like you phony rap cat, I'm about to make it squeeze. Bring your whole crew, nigga, I'ma swallow that. So when it pops off, A&T is on a holler back. It's 28 grams, nigga. I've been running this shit. So anything in front of me can fuck around and get hit. I follow you rap cats, so you niggas my sons, and I'm the truth. Wow, cause I'm the motherfucking champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. Still rep the A&T, but I carry my throne. God bless this child that can hold it home. And I am that child, as you niggas can see. Cause ain't another rapper out here better than me. And this goes to anybody trying to steal my spot. I'm number one in this shit, so number one you not. So when you can't scream, y'all is the best, I laugh. Like really, you cats don't really know the how. You do the math, and that's yourself who really great. Then add it up and watch it equal up to 28. So that's the little cats know who really the done. I'm overall, I let you niggas fight for number one. See, I put that on my life, put that on my son. Gotta stay the best of people licking trade lunch. And my throne and I'm the key. You can put that on my heart and I'm the God. Cause I'm the motherfucking champion.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome back to the Anthony Brown Show, this segment that we call the ATL. Welcome. It's so great to be in your presence one more time. We have a wonderful show for you tonight, and of course, I'm joined by the most beautiful sister there is. Yes, Te Amo Sweetness.
Hello, everybody. How is everyone doing? I'm going to wrap up now.
Just doing well. And I am joined also by none other than my brother from another, Legacy the Great.
ATL ho. I'm just not on the screen tonight because I don't really feel too well, but I'm gonna do what I can do tonight.
He holding it down from sick bay.
From sick bay.
Yes. That's called dedication.
Yeah, you gotta get in there and get it even when you don't feel like it. And you do it every week, Tony, so I can be on here tonight.
So the ATL is here. The A for Anthony, the T for Tiama, and the L for Legacy. ATL is in the house.
ATL ho.
Look, we haven't even started yet. Kamal has already commented on tonight's topic. Let's see what Kamal had to say. Kamal saying no one scolded them early enough about how to really grow a relationship. It's all fun and games until they have baggage. Then they want to clean it up, offering used goods, depleted used goods. Damn.
Not the lettuce box.
Yes, then he also adds, we go to school to get training for everything in the world except for relationships and parenthood, which are the two most important things we will do in this lifetime. That's so true, Kamal. I agree with you. They should have at least those two classes. They should have those in middle school and in high school. Because they right in middle school having babies.
Yes. Kamal, I appreciate that, Kamal, because you normally come on here cake daddy in it, but tonight you already ripping it up. I appreciate that.
You showing that early. We ain't even talked about it yet.
Yeah.
Most
He been holding on to this all week since last Thursday.
Yeah. He had it come off his chest. Most women that I know can look back through the carriage and see at least one good one that was there, and they mistreated and misused him, and then lost the chance. He also, God damn, come on, Jesus.
I run into a lot of women who have the men. I run into a lot of women that has this mentality that they are looking for a finished product. They are not. They are not finished, and this finished product doesn't normally come till later if they are patient. If women only knew they have the power to encourage a young man to achieve the greatest things in the young man's only had the great woman on his side promoting greatness.
That's true. Hey, Miss Kia, Miss
Hey,
Echoes.
Ms. Eccles. Well, let's start off since Kamal already done engaged in it. Let's start off and show everybody what the topic is tonight, Tony. Pull up the frame of what we're talking about.
Well, tonight's topic. Let me see if I have a flyer on tonight's topic. Nope, I didn't download the flyer. But tonight's
But
topic is actually is a two part conversation. The first part of conversation we're going to talk about why do women want good guys after having kids? Why do women want a good guy after having kids? And then the second part of the conversation, we're going to talk about ungrateful children, ungrateful kids. And I happen to have a video to show for the second part, ungrateful kids. And when I show y'all this video, y'all are going to be like, wow.
it's crazy. Well, I would like to. I'm gonna go ahead and start it off. I think what the topic is saying tonight is, why do women choose to have children with the wrong guys and then look for a better candidate to raise their children with? I think that's what it's. That I think that's what the gist of it is.
Yes.
Um, we it just I mean for me I look at it if we're gonna base it off of if we're talking about into society today, because I mean women been having kids as early as 13, 14 years old from our grandparents growing up and things like that. But when you look at the mentality that is out here today, it's all about looks. It's all about a bag. So to the presentation of whoever have the best looks, hey Juicy, to those that have the best looks and the bigger bag brings about the choices because most people that we probably run into in life that are women that we run into or we see on social media, it's all about money and looks. And then when they realize that they've almost sold their souls for money and looks and not really getting down to the key of knowing what this man's thought process of raising children are, um, then we realize that we they make choices of being with drug dealers. They make choices of being with thugs and hoodlums. And I'm not saying that all drug dealers and hoodlums are not great fathers, because
Clean it up.
I'm cleaning it up. I'm not saying that all drug dealers or all people who live different lifestyles that we society considered to be wrong are not good parents. Not gonna say that because I was all of that right there what I'm describing, but I still love being a parent. But if we're gonna do it by the numbers, we making bad choices. When women make bad choices when it comes to who they lay down, open their legs to, and create life with, the vast majority of the time. And then when they see the blue collar guy who she probably been seeing since she was in high school, that really didn't get in trouble, that didn't mind go Miss Eccles say, I love a guy who love me, understand me, care for me and my kids. Money and looks don't mean nothing to me. That, that's good, Ms. Eccles. But we're talking about the masses. We're talking about the masses. And we're talking about we want you to look around and look at all the friends and things that you got that done laid down and had 4, 5 kids. If you a drug dealer or a street person or know you disrespect your mother, you not for me. That's cool, but there are women that do see men disrespecting their mothers and aunties and still decide to lay down and be with these men.
Mm-hmm.
How could you? Why would you want to? Why would you make a choice of bringing life into the world with a man that can cuss his mama out? If he cuss his mama out, you definitely ain't shit to him.
Exactly.
You just a hole all over your body for him to drop skeet in.
Oh,
I don't know. It's horrible. I mean, but then once and I've lived it. I've lived it to where I done been in relationships with a few women before, and they got 2 and 3 kids, and have 2 or 3 baby daddies, and I'm like, yeah, I like you, but you want me to fill the role of 2 or 3 guys that you done decided to let skeet all in you and bring forth life, but you didn't. What made you do this? I be lost sometimes. I be really lost sometimes on how the conclusion comes to you bringing forth life with somebody. I truly believe in 6 months of you knowing somebody, they've given you the red flags to know that they're not the type of person that you want to be bringing life into this world with.
I'm a firm believer. People will show you who they are, and when they do, believe them. You know, a man who disrespects his mother, um, you know, chances are he ain't gonna have no respect for you. None.
And you know what be crazy, Tony? I see women who meet men, and these men tell you that they like you and everything. And then you get to know the person, and the man got kids. And you never see this man with their kids. And you never question this man. Why you don't I mean, we spend more time together. Why you don't spend hardly no time with your kids? And yes, sometimes there are stumbling blocks in the road, but you can't spend more time with a woman who got kids, and that woman don't see you spending time with your kids or see you fighting for your kids, and you still lay down with him and bring life into the world. Because some people do not have respect for themselves. I agree with you, kid. Some people don't have respect for themselves when it comes to women in that aspect. How do you think this man is gonna be the best dad for your kids? And this man got 4 baby mamas and you never see him spend time
With none of them.
with none of them. But you let him bring life in with you. Stop it.
Sometimes what it is women have this ego thing about themselves, and they think that they're the one. They have that magical coochie that's gonna change him and make him do right. Maybe those other baby mamas or females wasn't right um, to him, or they didn't have what it took to make him do right. But I'm the one. No, boo. It's just your turn.
Legacy, if you stop
Step.
in my life, or if you step in my life, if you, I can't even see. If you, what?
If you step in my life, if you love me and want me, it should not matter about how many babies or baby daddies I have. If if you cannot love my kids, then we cannot. No, that's not what he's saying. Kid.
That's
What he's
what
saying is
legacy
what
will take everybody and their mama kid.
right. Right. Because legacy will take care of your kids, his kids. Legacy love kids.
I'm gonna leave you
You know,
alone.
but you're missing what he's saying here. What he's saying is, if he get with, if let's say if Legacy got with you, or any man got with you, and in y'all conversation you realize that he got 10 children with 3 other baby mamas, and you as a woman has never seen him with those kids, or talk about going and pick up those kids, or going about him anything, or doing anything for those kids, why would you as a female lady didn't have a child with him? When he's already shown you a track record, he ain't did nothing for them other 10 and 3 baby mamas. So what makes you think he's gonna be different with you?
Okay, I'm gonna answer that. First of all, for the drug dealers, I don't know about y'all, but my jit is from a drug dealer. Hence being said, I don't have to ask for one thing. Since my son dotted the planet, there has never been a time I had to ask, I need this, I want this, can I have this? But y'all can have him because he over here trying to tear my house up. But
Girl, you crazy.
so I never had that problem. Now, mind you, someone did ask me before, you see, he got this, and this, that kid and that kid. Why would you have a baby from him? That ain't got nothing to do with me. But I also do see his other kids love him to death. That's why I said, when it comes down to it, any drug dealers that I knew, it's a whole bunch of deadbeats too. But the drug dealers that I knew, including my father, was the best of the best, sir. So I don't know. A lot of 9 to 5 niggas don't act right neither, which we was discussing that. But a female don't think, oh, well, this person, if you touch it again, don't think that, oh, my coochie is better than this person coochie. But I bet you this, if your standards are high enough, they know, okay, on that shiesty stuff, how I see some women, I'm finna go after a nigga for child support. I'm not finna come looking for you for nothing. And I'm not finna go to them folks when it took 2 of us to tangle to make this baby. So I don't know where y'all get this theory from, and y'all need to remake it. A dude
Say,
already know what he's dealing with before that baby get there, so he know what he can get away with and what he can't. Cause she was stupid way before then.
well, I'm glad you said it because, see, at the end of the day, I think Juicy wanted to make a statement before I start. Go ahead, Juicy.
Um, my deception, my perception of women in relationships is so different. I don't think women sit around and want to have bad relationships and then find someone to be the cleanup person. I think every time a woman have a relationship, they think that person's the one. And what they're going
Exactly.
through at that moment while they in that relationship is everything is right. So they comfortable where they are and they think that person gonna be there. We need to look at why the man ain't able to keep the woman, why he can't be solidified in that relationship. Because that's where the woman is the one staying. She's staying in the relationship with the child. She's there, she's going the extra mile, she's having a child, she's doing what she's supposed to do. And the man is the one who got all these other kids ripping and running. It's and then you say the woman she
How do you
choose
change the
wrong.
scenario? I'm just lost
I
at how you
said the
just.
Well,
same. Listen, I
no,
said
you
the
know what?
same thing before we went live when y'all said that. So y'all
How
get her
I'm
how
just.
y'all broke it down to me.
I'm just.
Now,
Go ahead, Tony.
now,
What I'm saying,
well,
Juicy, but Juicy, to reiterate on what you're saying is, if she's dating, if she's going through the courtship, the dating process with this man, and in the interview process, she realized that he got 10 children, 3 baby mamas, and he ain't doing nothing for them. why would this woman then lay with him and have children? So in that
Okay,
case,
but that's the topic.
wait,
Isn't
wait a minute. So in that case, she chose him. So why? So now that listen. So now that she's had babies with him, who's a deadbeat dad, ain't doing that for none of his kids, ain't gonna do that for her kids. Now that she got kids, 3 or 4 children. I know one woman that got 9.
so she's not worthy at that point. She's not worthy to meet someone
Listen,
who can
listen,
love her and her children.
yes, she is. But she should have chose that man first. She chose him first.
No, how can she choose him first if she ain't met him?
Because the one she met.
But y'all the ones who say that the woman should be in a relationship and she got to give it up before marriage. Ain't no man gonna want this without that.
You're missing the point.
But now she shouldn't have chose him. She got to hold out until the person marry him.
You're missing the point. When I say she should have chose him, the Mr. Right or Mr. Good, because the one that she had the baby from, he's already shown that he wasn't good. Because he already got 10 kids and 3 baby mamas ain't doing nothing for him.
No, but that's not everybody's scenario.
No, but we're talking about that scenario though.
Well, I was speaking in reference to the topic, and the topic did not say that scenario. And so per the topic,
is she done had kids, and that baby daddy ain't doing nothing for him. Now all of a sudden she got kids. Now she want to have kids. Now she want to go find Mr. Right or the good guy.
Well, I thought the topic was why do women have relationships and then want someone else to come into it. I didn't understand it that way.
Okay,
because then that goes back to how is she not worthy once she realizes the relationship she had wasn't good, she got out of it. Now she doing better for herself because she broke free of what wasn't. She done got out of the mental sickness or whatever she was in, and now
you always got an excuse for them. You always got
I don't have an excuse for them. I got an excuse for the men too. And it's like one thing I think we should do is not look at why the woman. We should look at why these relationships keep failing.
She the one who has the overall decision on if she's gonna bring life into the world.
Not no more.
That's her body, remember?
And I guess that's a good thing.
He didn't rape her. She gave her the pussy.
No, right. Well, this part's a touchy thing to me because I got more than one child's father, and my children's fathers are good men.
But to remove yourself from it personally.
But they weren't good for the relationship that I was in, so I had to get out of it.
But those were your choices.
And that's my point. And
you made those decisions.
And that's my decision. My choice was to be married. My choice was to divorce. Now my choice is to see for someone else who's going to be right for me. And of course, they're going to be right for my children too.
I'm going to listen, Juicy. I try my best. Listen, Juicy.
I'm liking you, girl. I just finished
cooking. I try my best. I try to, we always try to say this, Juicy. Let's try to remove,
Tony,
when we're talking about a topic. Yeah.
Well,
let's try to remove us from the situation personally.
And I was. That's why I was generally speaking when I said, "Why is she not?" Because I know.
Because Juicy, at the end of the day, Juicy, we talk about this all the time. A woman, people may not believe this, but women choose their mates. Men offer themselves, but women choose who they want to lay with. So when a woman chooses that this dude is the person I want to insert himself inside of me, to ejaculate cum inside of me, to bring forth life with me, those are personal choices, and a woman needs to do a better job at who she decides can go inside of her raw and release life in her.
Okay,
at the end of the day,
let me tell you one thing about that. That is a one-sided, dumb narrative.
Is not what a woman
because for the simple fact that man, every relationship he take his little bony ass into, his ass got them same kids clinging behind him, unless he's a deadbeat.
But that's what that's what Tony just said, and y'all didn't even still want to acknowledge that.
That's what I'm talking about. The deadbeat men is the ones that the women choose their babies from. And when they do, now all of a sudden they want to go find Mr. Good Guy.
Let me help you.
No,
most women, let me be perfectly clear with you. and you can look it up. It's down to a science. Most women that gets into these toxic, bad relationship, they 9 out of 10 gonna wind up with that same guy again.
Right. That's what we saying.
So even when y'all like they
They have
want
a
these good
preference.
guys, they
That you
still
just
don't
proved
match
that,
up to that good
Tiama,
guy. You either
you just
meet
proved
that
our
good.
point. Tiama, you
You
just
just
proved our
proved our point.
the point
No, I'm
is
not
there's
saying
something
that.
it's something in the woman that's choosing those type of men. You just proved
Okay,
Exactly.
I get that, but what y'all saying is after they have kids, they want a good man.
So
Nine
so
out
the
of
question
ten,
is,
they
why are
wind up
y'all
with
that
these
type of
bum
men?
ass men.
The question is, why are men this type of man? When are the men
Exactly.
gonna be
Why
a
is it
better
so
type
many
for the
bum
women, so
ass
we didn't got
niggas
to
out
keep
there?
having
That's the
these,
question.
so we don't have to
Oh
keep
my
being
God, this is
bamboozled?
crazy. This
That's
crazy.
the
I don't
question.
know how y'all missing it.
no.
No, it's not missing it, because
Get
if
out of
we
there.
choosing the wrong type, when we gonna get a better selection?
Then maybe
They got
you need to sit your ass on the sideline and don't pick no more because your choice picking is horrible.
No, but the thing about it
I don't
is
know.
that's
Let
the
me tell
thing.
you.
Men are the ones who choose. Every
No,
time a
they
man has
don't.
sex,
oh,
every time a man
Men
has
don't
sex, he
choose.
has the
Women make
potential
the
to
final
have a
decision.
child.
So wait,
Men do
Every
not
time,
choose.
a woman
every
make you take
time
off a
man and
condom.
women
A woman
have
make you take
sex.
off a condom. A woman make you
A
ejaculate.
woman say it's okay because if he put it in without a condom, it's rape, and she wanted a condom on. It's rape.
Say we don't got
Mm-mm.
them problems over there. We don't got them
Yeah, I
problems.
don't know. I ain't never had that
We don't got the
experience in life.
problems.
What I
Women,
what
men
I know
cannot do
is
nothing
when
with
I
a
lay down and
Tay.
have
No
sex,
man, sweetie, no
it
man
ain't no
cannot
dead
have
He
man.
sex
say
with a
hi.
woman. No man can have sex with a woman without the way that the woman allows him to have sex. If she tells him, "Hey, use a condom," and he puts the condom on, it's a law right now. If a woman tells a man to put on a condom and he starts with the condom and he slides it off later and
Yeah,
takes
I
it off,
heard of that. That's rape.
that's
No, but
rape.
hold on. We being kind of not right, because
Y'all the one did that.
when I spoke about something that's not right, that's right now, you said that wasn't of the past.
Um,
But
So it
Juicy,
wasn't
y'all the
of the
one
past
started
with the
that.
condom. But legacy, tell me, and correct
um,
me if I'm wrong.
um,
Every time a
Yes,
man
ma'am.
has sex, he can't have a child.
say it again,
Every
Juice.
time.
Say that
Every
again.
Every
time a man have a
every
sex,
time.
he can have a child. He has the
Every
potential
time.
every time, not just every now or once a month, but every
Every time.
single time. So that right there says that it is the man's choice when he chooses to ejaculate in the woman. I've had
Juicy.
too many men
Oh,
tell
Juicy.
me that the man picks the woman he wants to impregnate because he knows that that woman is the one who he can trust, he's secure with, who he wants to bring his
that's the
life
good man.
for.
Those are the good
Okay?
ones.
No, hey, that wasn't a good one. That wasn't
Let
a
me
good
tell you
one.
something, Juicy. I'm gonna
That
say this
wasn't a
back.
good one.
I agree, Juicy. I agree with you when you say that every time a man has sex, he has the potential. Hold on, Kamal said, read it, Tony.
The reason the selection pool is so tainted is because women accept extremely low standards in men. So men are just doing the minimum to hit the ski.
exactly.
Not. But listen,
But you know what?
you miss what he said. He said
I
Let
women
me
had
tell you.
excel.
Let me tell
I
you how
had a
unique I
man.
am.
He said
Somebody didn't get
women.
pissed off enough. I said to talk to me, just to talk to me, not to fuck me, not to see if we could rekindle. You better give me $10,000 that I could blow anywhere I wanted to. And I swear on my
Okay,
son, that
okay,
nigga gave me ten
okay.
thousand dollars just to start by communication. So
But
I don't
listen,
know what
Tay,
type of people y'all
you
deal
may
with.
have
You need
Tay. We come
standards.
on, sweetie. Let's not be crazy. Tay, you on social media just like me and Tony. I always give Juicy some passes because I know Juicy don't be on social media like that. I know Juicy don't be on watch television and like that because of how she has her lifestyle. But me and you and Tony on social media all the time, and I can show you hundreds of where men. There have been different shows where they ask women, would you rather have a good man who go to work, excuse me, a short, good, what I'm saying, would you rather have a good man who works a 9 to 5, who will come home and be with you and take care of you? Or would you have a man who has a buku of money, you know is gonna cheat, and you would choose these women choose the man with all the money over the man who say who you know gonna go to work and come home every day?
Will
I ain't
you do
never
me a
seen that
favor?
on the
Will you do me
internet.
a
I've seen
favor? Will
that.
you tag me every time you
See,
see that?
okay, tag me
Juicy,
because I
you want
didn't
me to
see
send you
that.
these things, Juicy? You want me to send them to
Yes,
you?
Yes,
I
because I
will.
don't
yes.
believe that person exists. And let me tell you, a lot of people put shit up just to get clout and likes.
But they're asking the women, and these women ain't getting paid to answer a damn question.
Yeah, survey.
Well, them
They
broke
ask
back in.
why
Hey,
they
look,
like
I
listen,
guess let me
Juicy.
tell you. I guess they logic is they
They
over
want the
here with
money.
the broke that's doing all that. They might as well be with a nigga that got money and helping them
That's
out.
what we're saying. And once, but that's what we're saying. Once that lady choose the person who you know gonna cheat because he got plenty of money, he's chosen by plenty of women. Most of them are gonna choose that same person because he got money. But once he cheat on you, do what he say he gonna do. You knew he was gonna do it. Give you a baby. Then he walk away from him, or you walk away from him. Now you're gonna remember the dude. The selection was: would you take a blue collar person that's all about you, that's gonna go to work and be about you, over a man that just already got money? These women were choosing the man with
Let me.
all the money.
And you know what? That is sad. Trust me. At the end of the day, that is sad.
And I
Literally,
don't.
I can tell
Yeah.
you, I rock with a person. When I say I rock with a person, through the highs, through the lows, when that person actually wind up getting money, is when I totally walked away from them and was like, you know what? You keep all that shit. You keep whatever the fuck going on. That's why I'm like, that person is on a low vibration throughout their whole life, that they would literally allow someone to treat and do things to them based on, look,
Money
based on money.
and
You're
looks.
literally willing to sell yourself for a couple of dollars. But a lot of women, you got to realize, if they got a mindset that they mama got a whole mindset, guess what? They
Yes,
was taught the whole mindset.
yes.
I have a cousin that tells her daughter, if you leave out my house and you stay out the night, the next morning, if I take you to the grocery store, you better be able to pay for everything I put in that basket. So basically, if you out there getting that coochie wet, that coochie better not come back to my house without no money in your pocket. So basically, you're turning your daughter into a prostitute.
But
Yep.
and you know what, Tayama?
So you have to
Tayama, that's what
realize,
you're making you exactly. You're
that's
right.
what I'm saying. When that
Most of that
the way that
mentality
was
does
worded,
come.
it's gonna come off wrong to any strong-minded black woman that don't give a fuck what's in your pockets. Don't
What I
give a
will
fuck.
listen, Tayama and Juicy,
I had a person
what
try
I
to
will do
listen.
from now on, I will listen, Tay. What I will do from now on, Tay, I'm gonna let you get finished. You and Juicy, as much as I send stuff to Tony, I'm gonna make sure that I tag you and Juicy in these videos so that y'all can see. And I want y'all to come back to me and be like, who is training these women?
Exactly. That's why I'm gonna say no. It ain't that I don't think it exists, but let's be clear: the average person going into a relationship, nobody goes into a relationship saying, "I know this bitch finna fail." You go in this
No,
relationship,
you're
That
right.
you
part.
got my bike, I got your bike. But you gotta realize a female and a nigga could give you straight rainbows and unicorns. And by the time you
Not better
realize
than
you got them
not
moving to the point of no
she
return,
can't give me
let's
them
be
she
clear:
can't give
ain't
me
nobody
rainbows and unicorns
rocking
better than the
till they
Juicy
get
cake.
married to have sex no more. So, honey,
She,
half of the time before a year up, if you and the dude, they move in like literally, y'all meet today, y'all moved in 3 months later.
Tayama, you're proving my point.
Yeah, yeah.
These women be most women, and let's just be honest. We talking about the average black person, average white couple. They just like what you just said. They meet somebody, and within 1 or 2 months, these people somebody is head over here, and most of the time in a black relationship, it be the woman who has the apartment. It be the woman who has the home. It be the
Okay, well, at
woman
least
who
you know
already have
that.
the startup kit. And guess what she do? In 2 months, she already telling Jim Hippie that he can go ahead and come on and move on in. We here go to Key. All you gotta do, you ain't gotta call me no more before you come over to my house. Here go your key. You can come when you want to.
She done already cleaned out three drawers in her dresser for him.
Yes.
Tony and Herman, I be bringing y'all key to the house. That's by far as it's going for a nigga with a key to my door.
Listen, I just
Listen.
ain't never.
Go ahead,
I
Kat.
never. That's unheard of to me. I like
Oh
when you
God.
say it. My God. I mean, I know people do it, and at that point, now that's a failed situation on the mother, the father. We can't even say just that lady's mother. Her daddy ain't teach her right. You just that's a whole different subject.
But Juicy,
That's
that's
not
what's
what
going on out
women
here.
do. No, but that's not what women do. We gotta also remember who we talking about. And you said women. A real woman ain't about to sit there and I don't know why it ain't opening. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to multitask. I don't think a real woman gonna sit there and be like, come on in 3 months. At least
Cake,
I'm a
that
real
have
woman and
cake.
I ain't never did it.
You having Juicy Cake, but I'm telling you, sweetie, it happens. I
And
guarantee Tayama done seen it.
Yes, sir. It happens.
see, what usually happens, Juicy, is the fact that if a woman start dating a man, I'm going to give you the scenario. Once you start dating him and having sex, having intimacy, now either she's probably dick whipped, and if she is dick whipped, and let's say he is throwing out some dollars, let's say her mortgage or her rent is $1,000, $2,000 a month. He might be giving her $800, $900 a month. To her, that's a lot of money because the last nigga didn't do that much. So all thing he got to do is step up to the plate and do better than the last nigga. So the last nigga did 500, he could do 700. Now she done struck lottery. She's like, oh child, he paying my bill. Or chances are, let's say she got kids and she own housing. Her rent ain't nothing but $13 a month.
Yeah.
And she got a voucher that pay all her utilities. So the only thing she need from him is $13 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
But wait, Tony,
So
wait,
And,
what about the one that come
and
over
a
wait a minute.
dick to hit across her lips with.
So now he giving her a good dick and $100 a month. 13 is paying her rent, and the remainder of the money is back for groceries. So she thinks she got a good man at $100 a month.
Yeah.
She own
Yeah.
housing.
He
So,
doing more than her baby daddy.
so since the dick is good, listen, since the dick is good, she can't watch the dick over there. So guess what? She had to move him in because she don't want nobody else to get it.
Yeah.
So I can watch this dick
You
long as
know,
in the house. So now she let him move in. She gave him a key, the password to her ATM card, the password to her EBT card.
I'm just thankful. I'm just thankful that Juicy ain't got them kind of problems.
The top 3 drawers on the dresser.
Tayama, y'all crazy.
Y'all know
Listen.
and we know of one to where the person
What do you think? What do you
they
think
was
right now?
dating, they never discussed moving in, but they did. Like from him staying the night, he
Leandrew,
seriously moved right on in. No conversation.
Leandrew say he's done that before. We heard about it.
Mm.
And the password to her pussy hole.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Legacy Unlocked. When you're locked out of your vehicle, can't get in your car, call Legacy. Serving West Palm Beach and surrounding cities. That's area code 229-630-7615. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you been denied disability, Social Security, or custodianship of your children? Call Antonio Williams. He has the knowledge and experience to fight the government on your behalf. Let him represent you. That's Antonio Williams, your non-legal attorney consultant.
Just in time accessories.
I want to
We
say
have the
this.
bling and everything in between.
I am
Juicy.
not
Tayama
about to
Copeland
sit
is
here.
your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at
What happened to
Tayama
Juicy?
Copeland. Or you can find her at www.justintimeaccessories. Just in time accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Check it out. Just in time accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland. Or you can find her at
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Y'all heard Juicy. She not with that. Y'all bringing y'all ass over there moving.
Moses, the one spoke about the statistics. That's a big part of why the scale is so unbalanced. The number of good available men is no existing.
Come on, that's what I said. I spoke about it. We ain't statistically speak because you know what? It ain't even about quoting numbers. We already putting in the all category. I don't agree on that. We got good men, we got bad men. We got good women, we got bad women. The problem is, like Mary say, we like the good. We like the good women, like the bad women. The bad good men like the bad women, and we can't just get them together the right way.
I like them both. If people go into things being their own individual and not to hold their bag, I like good boys. I like bad boys. I like good girls.
I
Bad girls. I just don't
I
like.
haven't done the girl part, but I'm with you too. I like them both, and both of them can get the stepping when they ain't got me right.
Miss Kia, I love this show too.
It don't matter how much money you got, and I done had somebody give me 10 too, and them 10 they ain't stick around. They was gone. I don't want to
I'd have got
find
my
her. I'm
goddamn money
trying to
back out your
find my
ass.
T Savage. You'd have got your money back.
You goddamn right.
Listen, everybody.
Go get these guys. Go
I
ahead,
ain't even
Tony.
gonna do that because
You
the
know,
person might.
we didn't mention that it's Black History Month.
We did last week. I mean, yeah, Friday.
Well, it was Black History Month. I found a video that says the truth about Black history. I want to show y'all this video.
Juicy gonna love this one. Juicy gonna love this.
This video is only 2 minutes long, but I'm going to share this video with y'all. The truth about Black history, real quick.
We dedicate
Good
this to
question.
Juicy.
Now, black people's skin contains carbon. Carbon-12 composed makes 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons, which is the structure for melanin. Melanin comes from the sun. That's why people get darker in the sun, because they absorb its melanin. Right now, our DNA is locked. We only use 20 out of 64 amino acids. The hotter that sun gets and the more we're in it, it's unlocking our DNA. See, in ancient times, they was in tune naturally with unlocked DNA. They was connected to the source, God. They knew how to live naturally. They didn't need a book to tell them how to live because they had their pineal gland open. You see the cobra on top of their head? That symbolizes their kundalini energy rising and hitting their pineal gland. So the pharaohs, the ones with the pineal gland open, was worshipped as gods. They understood the power of the sun. Do you see the sun on top of his head? That's Ra, the sun god of Egypt. But they took away our true history, then gave y'all his story. See why it's a picture of sun of every painting of Jesus? They took sun god and reversed it to the son of God. Pharaohs was black, but then they whitewashed everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Just think about how black history don't go no further than slavery. Nobody ever asked what was we doing before slavery, because they don't want black people knowing the truth about their history. Now, in case y'all don't know, we invented almost everything. The white man either bought it or stole it from us. Now they be putting our stuff up in museums and stuff. We even built the pyramids. Oh yeah, and we were way bigger too. But I'm gonna say that for another video. Now, who's mostly in jail? Who's mostly in gangs? Who's mostly shooting and robbing people? Who's mostly getting shot by police? Who's mostly looked down on in this country? Black people. And you think all this is happening only because our skin color is different? No, before slavery, white people knew how powerful we were. So they enslaved us, and now we're in their country where they're on top. And now we're looked down upon. Now people think of black people as thugs. But how did we become thugs if we were just kings and gods? They literally programmed us to be this way. Why do you think they promote rappers that talk about killing people and taking drugs? Like, actually think about that. That's the most promoted music. They got all our females wanting to be hood rats. They don't want our women to look up to these queens. They want y'all to look up to Nicki Minaj. And the reason why I said we'll never change is because they got us so programmed to the point where even if one black hood person woke up, he won't speak out or try to talk to his friends or nothing because he's scared of looking lame. Oh, you lame, you corny, all this stuff. Because you finally trying to make a change. It's
Well spoken, young man.
Hey, cuz I have done it so many times.
I was talking to
Tony, how
Tony
are you doing?
over the weekend, and I was like, I realized that we were already like a few days into February, and I'm being honest, I haven't seen anything on Black History. Um, so I brought it to Tony. I was like, Tony, you realize we in Black History Month? He was like, yeah. He was like, I was like, you seen anything? It's to a point to where now, you know, it's like they white. Not only are they just talking about removing Black history and throughout education, they're also trying to remove Black history throughout the mainstream media and all of these things. I mean, it just bothers me that I'm looking like I was talking to Tony. I said, why do you not see any Black leaders arguing and taking Ron DeSantis to court on him talking about removing Black history out of education? Why don't we see anybody arguing, taking this stuff before the Supreme Court? And it's because, truthfully, it doesn't really matter to Black people.
That's sad.
Juicy,
You know,
have you seen anybody talking about taking this man to court about this?
well,
No.
truthfully, you all are the only ones who brought it to my attention about it. And I think more so that's because y'all in Florida. But my friends who I know that live in Florida, they haven't spoken to me about it. But the people that I know who are consciousness about Black and the history and aspect of us where we are today, they not concerned about it because they not even concerned about the education system. Like, it's at the
Right.
point in our mindset right now that if you choosing to still send your child to that system and let them be responsible for educating your child, that's a you problem. And so we over here teaching our children history and what they need to know. That's not our problem. We have
Kate, let me.
many groups
I can tell you this.
organized.
Now, one of my kids have any what you call it, like the essay, or they'll have like a report or something to do on a Pacific person.
As far as in Black history,
Yeah, nothing.
Kate, let me say this, Kate. I over these past year and a half of knowing you, I've learned to start trying to view things through your lenses. And I think sometimes I be, blown away, but I also learn a lot from you. Things that I never thought that I would try to perceive things that you've said. Like, so when I'm listening to you tonight and you say, people are still sending these kids to these institutions of higher learning and education. So I want you to tell people on the show tonight who already struggling. We'll put your question on, Ms. Eccles, who are already struggling, barely have time to spend time with their kids because they have to go out into a work field and work because this is how they make their money. Tell these people how they can take their kids out of a school system, stay home, and educate their kids the proper way. Also, tell them how they can teach their kids the fundamentals they need and to be able to steal. Because before you do anything, and you've already proven it, that people want you with your degrees and thing, that a lot of people want you to still pass this white man's educational system in order to get degrees and things, or for you to be respected in society with these degrees. So tell these people tonight what they can do that will absolve them to be able to remove them, to remove their kids out of a white school system, and to get the proper education and learning, so that they don't have to go to the white folk school system.
Okay, I will not be able to answer all of those questions spontaneously at 9:51, but I can answer some. One thing I was just researching, because I had a young lady from out of Atlanta ask me similar questions to what you were saying. And let me find 1 second. So, in my region, there's this group called Sankofa Institute, and it's a organization where they do online homeschooling, but you sign up, your child goes to school, and they're like doing the virtual aspect as well, like how I guess K-12 does. So one of the things we were talking about was, for Black History Month, how to get people, especially the youth, informed about who they are, so that they can learn self-awareness and also how to do better for themselves. So there is a program coming on in my community in April, and it's about melanin and how to use melanin, your actual own melanin, how to use it to heal you. And the group, they're doing a nationwide tour. Hold on, I'm looking for the email for it so I can read it to you and be accurate on the information. And I'll send a screenshot to you, Tony, so you can share it too. They're based out of Atlanta, and it's called Melanin the Healer. And it's A is in Apple, Y is in Young, A is in Apple, E is in Edward, D is in Dog.com. They have a resource center. Their location is 1816 12th Street, Washington, D.C. And they have where they teach African American studies or Black history to the parent, to a group, a community official. So like if you work at a youth center and you want to bring a program to the community center and get people, you can do it. You want to bring it to your school, you can do it. If you just want to have a small group and meet in the park, you can do it. That one that I gave the address to is here in DC, but the website is based out of Atlanta with the organization. And so, I mean, it's the Sankofa, it's called Sankofa Homeschool at Groups .io.
That's a legacy.
What?
The dogs.
That's my neighbor, y'all. Y'all gotta forgive me.
Like that's a human being?
That's his dog.
Stop it.
I'm about to lose
He
it.
said it was his neighbor. He threw me off. Don't do that. Now that I have here selected hearing, I confused the heck out of me. You had me change the whole subject. That's what we was gonna need to talk about. But go ahead to the strawberry letter, Tony.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the strawberry letter with my great friend Shirley Strawberry.
Okay, my great friend too, Junior. Thank you. Subject: my grown stepson has to go. Dear Shirley and Steve, I'm a successful 34-year-old married man, and I love my wife, but I'm miserable at home. My wife and I met just before COVID, and we've been married for 1 year. Our marriage was great until recently, and it's because of my 28-year-old stepson that won't move out of our home. My wife is 16 years older than I am. When we met, her man-child was living with her, and she told me it was a temporary arrangement only during the pandemic. By the time we got married and I moved in, my stepson was still living there and his pregnant girlfriend had moved in. Again, my wife said this was only temporary until their baby was born. Shortly after I moved in, my stepson lost his job and didn't tell us. We overheard his girlfriend yelling about him getting fired, and then she moved out. I understood that he might be ashamed, so I tried to give him a pep talk. He bowed up at me and we almost got in a fight. I stay on my wife about pushing him out of the nest, and she always has an excuse for allowing him to stay. I hate to come home and see another man fixing a plate of food that I've worked hard for. I hate to see another man lying on my couch watching reality shows instead of looking for a job. I'm so glad that I didn't sell my house when we got married, because I may have to go back to my house and let her man-child run this one. The fighting is getting to me, and I told my wife that I might be moving out soon. She broke down in tears, but still didn't have sense enough to agree that it's time for her son to leave. Should I move out and let my wife figure out if she wants me or her son? Well,
I don't want to be the first one to touch on that. Because I just know that they, go ahead, Tam. I want to hear what you got to say.
Mm-hmm.
Listen. That's crazy. I don't know. Listen. It's all in what his mama been allowing.
That's all you got to bring to the table on that one before I'm gonna talk later.
Listen, you done been around my family. Shoot, you go to my mama's house when I'm not even there. I got gone at 16. So I have no understanding that a grown-ass man need to live with his mama. What they said, 28?
Yeah, 28.
28. I got a 24-year-old. He got his own shit, his own car, in his own fucking name. So there would never be a time that I would understand. And then you moved your pregnant girlfriend. At least it tied in with the story. I don't know. Let me tell you, some of these mothers want their kids around because that's their security blanket. So sometimes you literally have to pull back layers and see where it was. The mom didn't have no intentions of that boy leaving. That's why she gave the new dude, he's gonna be nah, listen.
Her husband not. She told her husband that.
That's her husband. But see, Buddy shouldn't. I wouldn't have moved in until the man child was gone.
She would have been in my house.
Because he say he have his own junk. So Bill, we would have just been over there and let the man child and his woman figure that out. I don't know.
Tay, you put it right on the head. I want to hear what the other woman on the show got to say, Miss Cake.
So I'm all on her coattail.
Okay.
I got a 21-year-old. I call and be like, "You gonna talk to me today?" Because he busy. He doing his thing. He don't need for me for nothing other than to make sure I'm okay. So I don't have them kind of problems. Now I will say this. I agree too with both of you. If I meet a man, My daughter 22 years old, and he come up in here. He come to me
Good
talking
night,
about he
Kim.
want to. Good night.
Not
He want to
here.
be with me, and he want to be in my life. But he got a problem with my grown children living with me. Then we need to go get our place, because I'm not going to displace my children and their home and their security for me and my security, because I'm grown too. And
Now,
if
Cake,
and
on
I
top of that, what
know,
you
But see,
saying? Let me ask you
that's
this
what
question.
you making
Cake,
that clear in the beginning. She bamboozled, bro,
yeah,
because
but
she
let
told
me
bro
ask
it
you
was
this
the
question though,
word.
Cake. On top of that, Cake, on top of what you just said, I'm gonna let you finish, but I gotta ask this question. You said you and him will move out of the house and get into something of your own, right?
right?
Will he have to also still pay bills in the house that you let the grown kids stay in?
But hold on, but see, the thing of it is, if the grown kids in the house, then that's gonna be their responsibility. See, I think,
But he's
but
not
see,
working.
um,
But they not working.
there would have to be a reason why of incapabilities that people
No,
can't be
juicy, baby.
responsible and
Sometimes
accountable.
juicy, baby. No, baby. Sometimes people just lazy and just don't want to get their ass out and go to work.
Okay, I'm being very open minded about the sometimes. I'm not an enabler. So for me, on that part, that's not something I'm gonna let my grown person sit in the house and do. We gonna create a job. If they ain't the kind of person that can take orders, we gonna go create a job. You gonna learn to bake some cookies. You can make some lemonade. We gonna make some money,
Hey,
and
What
we
what,
is
what
gonna
happened,
get
juicy?
paid.
Now I want you to base that scenario off of what the gentleman just said. That he's coming in his house. This young man, who's his son, would be his stepson, is on the couch watching reality TV, ain't putting no fortitude or energy towards doing anything to enhance himself or better his life, other than burning up this man electricity and eating up this man goddamn grocery. And the boy's mama don't have an issue with it. I want you to, when you walk in your house and your 21-year-old, which we just talking hypothetically, don't want to bake no damn cookies, don't want to make no lemonade, and telling you, Mama, that shit ain't just for me. That ain't for me.
Okay, baby boy, mama need a life too.
Right. What I say about that whole scenario you just laid out. That man ain't a man. Because ain't no way that man should be going up into a situation without having the accountability and the responsibility of this is my home. He moved into her home where they already got a situation going, and now he want to
Right?
regulate. And at that point, if his
But the wife
regulation,
lied to him, Juicy.
She
You still
lied.
you gotta be on his side. She told him it was temporary.
okay,
So if
and
I'm
so
believing you, you and your son got a
boy,
plan.
get
But
too
see, I would have
young.
never fell for that shit.
I'm gonna need to see the plan. Like you can't just say temporary.
Let me help
What
you.
is the
Him and
date?
the son only 6 years
Hey,
past each
Legacy.
other.
Legacy.
Him and
Hold
the
on,
son
Juicy,
is only
y'all.
6 years different.
Hold on.
34,
Hold on, Leander. Hold
28.
on, Leander.
They
Let them
friends.
finish right quick.
That what automatically the son ain't gonna respect your young ass because bitch, you shouldn't even be with my mama.
Right.
Well,
You a
again,
homeboy.
your mama chose them, so the woman still made the choice.
But let me tell you,
She was
what I don't
unemployed.
understand, why would he move into a house where he already see the situation with the son and the girlfriend, and you got your own shit? Nah, you don't bring your bald headed ass
But
over here.
but
She would
I,
have.
That
I
mama,
agree with you,
that
Tate.
mama
I
got
agree with
Gabrielle Union vibes to me. She got enough
say
money to
what,
do what
Juicy.
she I said she got Gabrielle Union vibes. She got enough money to do what she want to do, and she gonna do it. And if he don't like it, you listen, bro. You better get on,
Yo,
cause ain't nobody else
listen.
making no changes but you.
Hold on, Cake. Hold on, Cake.
Hello?
We're gonna bring in our guest tonight. Um, I can't see it. Leandrew Clark. Um, you have experienced you have experienced this in your life. Could you give us a little more intel on how situations like this take place?
Well, first of all, hello everybody. Hey, cuz Tony. Um,
What's up?
Second of all, um, I'm in that situation now as I speak. The thing is, I have a 230-some-year-olds in the house. One I don't mind. Will take care of until the day he dies. He has liver disease. He gets up, goes with his mother, helps his mother work, and comes back. Some days he can't get out the bed. Some days he can't even hardly walk. But still he do it. Now, I have another one. That's all he do. Sit on the couch. He's in there right now, sitting on the couch, watching TV. I just came in. I haven't been to work in 2 weeks, but I'm bringing still home. I'm still bringing food home. Still doing it. I brought food home today. I brought 2 big old things of pizza. I brought McDonald's home. I brought everything home. So she don't have to do nothing but come home, fix a little plate, sit in front of the computer, relax, and then whatever else she gonna do.
Are you and her son
I
close
tell
in
her,
age?
no, I don't sell drugs. I don't do that. I'm a SPO, special police officer. I
No,
live
I
in
said, are
Nassau.
you and her son close in age?
Oh yeah, no, me and her son. No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 57.
Okay.
I'm 57. He's 30. So
Does
Oh, he can
he?
be
so
Does
the
close to
he?
thing
your
is when
kid.
I come.
Does he? Does he not do anything at the house? He just sit on the couch. He don't
Oh yeah,
clean.
he
He
keeps.
don't.
Yeah. I give him that. He cleans the bottom to the T. He washes clothes. He cleans the bottom up, and that's it. He cleans
Oh,
the
can I
bottom. The
help
kitchen's
him?
so spotless you can. He's 34. The kitchen's so spotless you can come in and drop
He
an
can
egg
come
salad
live over
sandwich on the
here.
floor. Huh?
He can come live over here. I got an extra room for him.
Was he?
That's
Was
my
he?
rule.
Oh, look.
Was he? He was living there before you moved in.
My bad. I'm sorry,
That's her
ladies.
son. That's her son. Yeah.
Okay. And before you moved in, did she tell you he was going to be moving out, or you knew he was going to be living there and y'all were going to be coexisting?
Neither or.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
See, this
See
this is
that
the
right
thing.
there? That's
No,
where I
listen.
think
Hold
the
up, hold up.
problem
The
goes.
benefit. I give the benefit of the doubt
You
because
can.
see, at one time he was helping working, but now there is a point where he doesn't work at all. But this is what he did. This is what kills me. I would come in, for example. I say, we had a conversation about 3 months ago. Hey man, I ain't seen my grandfather in a year and a half, man. It would be nice to go up to see my grandfather. Okay, we had an opportunity. We were going to see him. Come on, let's go. No, I got something to do. Okay, I come back. You had something to do. You're sitting in front of the TV watching WrestleMania. That's what you had to do compared to seeing your grandfather. Okay, now your grandfather's wife died. We just had the funeral last Friday. We told him that 2 days before, look, we're going to the funeral, be ready. Okay, I'm gonna be ready. I'll be ready the day of the funeral. Guess what he say? Um, I'm not going. But you haven't seen your grandfather in a year and a half. You rather sit on the couch, watch wrestling. So she told me, she said, look, stop arguing with him, stop whatever. Let me handle it. Okay, I'm letting you handle it. And he's still sitting on the couch.
But I think you missing what Juicy said, Mr. Clark. What she asked you was when you and this young lady got married, or if y'all married or not, decided y'all was gonna live in one unit.
Right,
And it was her property that y'all decided not to move into your home, but you moved into her home.
right.
Was her kids already there?
Correct.
So now I'm gonna allow Juicy. Juicy.
I'm here. I'm here.
There you go.
Don't worry,
Finishing.
cookie. I
Finish
mean,
it.
because if he was already living there, and before you moved in, there was no communication on your part or hers, or even the son, that he's here temporarily, he's here for a year, he's here, here's his plan, his program. You moved in with acceptance.
which is
You moved
true.
in as the third leg.
But you have to understand something. That's true. That's all well and good. Like I said, I get the benefit of the doubt. But if you're gonna stay, you got to do something.
But
Like
if
that.
he
He
wasn't
is.
already doing nothing and he was already accepted, you are the one coming in changing the program.
I'm not trying to
Like,
change the program. I'm trying to make aware, and she's already aware.
She's
Now,
aware.
now,
She's aware that he's not working. She's aware he's not doing nothing. You have to tell her that.
Yes.
She knows.
right. That's what I'm doing. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. We came to an agreement. The agreement was she's gonna handle it. Anything that I don't say anything about that at all. They're gonna handle it. But at the same token, I already put down the law, and I said, listen, we're gonna move. We're getting a bigger house. We're getting more
Mm-hmm.
space, yard, and all that. One thing I'm not gonna allow can't come.
Why do you need a bigger house? There's only the two of you.
No, it's three.
visit, or
It's
he
four of us
can't come
here.
stay. He
It's
can't come visit, or he can't come stay.
It's
he can
you, your
stay.
wife, and the sick person. That's three.
No, me, her, the sick person, and him. That's
But you're
four.
not bringing him. So why are you getting a
Oh
bigger
no, no, no,
house?
no, no. We're getting a bigger because one space gonna be office space.
Okay.
What?
That
Now,
one
now,
space is gonna
now,
be
now,
office
now,
space.
now, do you know that once you make that move, you have all rights and authority to dictate, just as you said, who lives with
Of
you,
course,
because that is your home?
of course.
But guess what? You also have to consider when you do that. What's she gonna do with her home? And if he
Oh,
stays
they're ready to
there,
go. She's ready to go. It doesn't matter about this. She's ready to go.
so she's
It,
renting.
so she
Yeah,
renting.
yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
yeah.
Then at that point, he's grown. He also knows when the time comes, and it's time to part ways, he's got to go find his way.
He better. If he don't, I'm from the show me state. I show you.
But Jules, let
Even if
me
you
let me
from the
say
show me state or not, you have to express that and let it be known,
It's
not
known.
assume that it's known.
It's known to her.
No, to him.
No,
It be
no.
known to him,
exactly.
but if his mom
You
is the one that is allowing it and actually
right, right.
is
Okay.
to no
Now
avail.
what if she moves with you in your home that you get and provide for her and you and the
Mhm.
other child,
Right.
and if she take her income and go get an apartment for her son who's going to need a place to stay,
That's her
and
business.
she put okay, but it's
She
her
makes her
business, but
she makes her own money to do that. Listen to this. She's on her
so why is it
third
your
album.
business now?
She's on her third album. She scraps.
No,
She
no.
does cleaning. She got her own income. She can do her own thing.
Why is it your business now?
Because you have to understand this is why.
I'm
Because
saying.
if I'm bringing home money and you're bringing home money and all
Oh
you
God,
he
you
does
can't
is
get trapped.
sit on the couch and say, "Hey, ma, I need some cigarettes. Hey, ma, I need this. Hey, ma, get this when you come." And you can't even go to work with her to help her, but your own sick brother gets out the bed and go help. I take my time, what I'm doing out my day, and go help. And you ain't been yet, and since I've been here, and I've been here over a
Again,
year.
again, Mr. Clark, to what Juice is saying is if you already got a mindset that her money is her money and she can do with what she want to do with it, then guess what? What she's already doing is what she's doing with her money. So
Not
she's
gonna happen.
already she
Not gonna happen.
then, but that's the thing. You are in her house on their setup. They've
That's
already been doing this before you came into this woman
and that's
life.
why I'm allowing it. I'm allowing it to take place
But you're
because it's
not allowing it. It's been going on even before you got there.
okay. So I don't have nothing to do with that. But once it's the environment changes, that's when shit hit the fan.
But what
Right,
I
but
don't see
I
where the
agree with you, Hart.
environment
I agree
changed.
with
See, I can't dictate to somebody what they do in their house and their rules. I can't do that because I'm under their house and their rules. So I can't put no foot down and say, hey, you got to, because that's not my
But that's
place.
what you're trying to do, though.
But what if this is the situation with dude? What if he peep game and he feel like you doing something that he don't agree with his mama? So now he got to be home and watch and pay attention to make sure his mama don't get taken advantage of.
His mama ain't gonna be taken care of because I love that woman. I mean, ain't gonna be taken advantage of because I love that woman to death. One thing about it is we had no secrets, we had nothing.
Now I said, what if that's how he feel?
But
What if that's his connection? What if he's saying that to her
but
and
I,
having her?
and put your shoe on the other foot. What would you tell your child? Stay the f out my business.
It's important that correct provisions are made
Right.
for the deadbeat son. You can't leave deadbeat son in the cold.
Why not? You a
they're not
grown
gonna
ass.
do it.
You remember legacy you said earlier. You's a grown man. What I got to do to take care of grown? I ain't gonna take care of no grown. There you go.
But
That's not my.
we're not talking. What you keep missing is, Mr. Clark, is you may not do it, but the woman that you love
Love,
her child more than she loves you.
Right. And we
She's
already
not
discussed
going
it.
to leave
So
that child. She's not finna leave this child who has always, from womb damn near the tomb, live in the same house with her. She is not gonna move, and you tell her he can't come. She can say whatever she wants to right now, but as that date draws closer, and she's gonna be realizing that that young man don't have nowhere to lay his head, but she finna go lay her head somewhere. That's not gonna happen. Tony,
hey,
could you make Kamal
I,
thing
I,
come up on the screen so I can read it?
I,
is on the screen.
Well, it ain't
I'm
pop
gonna
all
say
the way
this.
up on mine yet. Go ahead and read
I
it.
will make sure my wife never ever went and got a deadbeat a cigarette.
See, but so what I'm saying is this: it.
But see, Kamal's situation is, if I'm correct, Kamal and his wife are the parents to the same child.
Yes.
Yes,
And that's
In this
different. But
scenario, he ain't gonna let his son be a deadbeat, and he ain't gonna let
right.
his wife enable their child to be less than what he expects of his child.
And
You came
greater.
into this man's life when he was already a man, not a child. So it's
Mm-hmm.
nothing you
okay,
could say to
let me give
him.
you a situation that's true, which is her sister passed. It's her sister's husband. They have a 20-something-year-old son. So what happened was, um, all he asked his son to do was take out the trash, keep his room clean, and clean up the kitchen behind himself. He couldn't do that. So he went to her, like I'm going to her, say, look, man, this is the problem. So if he keep doing it, I'm gonna give him a little bit more time. But keep doing it, don't do what I asked him. I'm giving him a deadline, and he's got to go. So he went to him. He went to the son and say, look, I'm giving you this opportunity. I'm giving you the deadline or whatever. After this deadline, you've got to go. Man, you can't do that. My mama ain't gonna let you do that. And he went to his mother. The mother said, hey, look, what did he say? He trying to put me out. He said that I got a deadline because whatever. She said, well, look, you can't be talking to that man in kind of way. You can't. You can't. The man asked you to do something simple. You can't do it. That's what he said. You got a deadline, and you got that deadline. And his stuff was out on the front porch when
See,
he
but let me
came
tell you
home.
what. Let me tell you the difference with that, Mr. Clark. You had two people on the same page, and
Right.
that person, that woman went and told her son that this is what it is. See, not one time have I heard you say that your lady went while you was in the presence and told him that this is what it is. See, what you got to always remember is she's pacifying you by telling you, don't worry about it, don't stress about it, I'll take care of it. But at the same time, you don't know what she's telling her son when
Oh,
you
I've
not
heard.
there.
I've actually heard them arguing about. finding a job and stuff like that. I've actually heard the arguments about that.
I'm talking, Mr. Clark. I'm talking about the leaving. I'm talking about the leaving of the house.
Right, and
So if
we
you're not
haven't.
hearing
I
that
haven't heard that. You're right.
discussion, if you're not hearing that discussion between them, then you don't know what that lady is talking about. So that was the two. That's the two different things. One group of people was on the same page, and one, which is you and your significant other, are not on the same page. She's on the same page with you behind the doors being closed. But when it comes to actually getting up and going and having that discussion with her son, and you're not present, you don't know what is being said.
That's true.
And having a discussion with him about getting a job, that just means you can stay here, but just get a job. That's what she's saying.
Yes, that's all that means.
But that's true. That's true. I don't. See, and Tony. I'm in agreement with what you're saying there too. I don't mind. You get a job, you can stay because you're gonna be helping pay some bills. I agree with that. But just to be sitting doing nothing, just come on. Oh, I put in the application. That this, that, and the other. I don't know who knows you put in an application.
How many bills do you pay?
I pay almost half.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and grenades.
Baby, I don't give her so much money, and I get check this out. I get so much money, and I give her all of it. So mine don't cover everything.
Okay, so what if he came in and you give 200, he came and gave 100, and he say he gave you 200, and he the man, I'm the child. You all right with that?
You can't dictate.
Shit.
You can't dictate to me in my White House. You can't do that. You're gonna always. See, that's the problem with a legacy. That's the day's problem with kids. Women allow children to have you're too friendly with your kids, and they should be kids and not your friends. They're not best friends. You love them. They're your children. You people today in today's world, they're becoming friends with their children and allowing their children to talk to them crazy, do extraordinary in their house, say all this other stuff or whatever, because you're your friend to your child instead of the parent to the child.
Actually, I agree with that when it's time to raise them. But like right now, my mom is 60 and I'm 40. We're 20-year difference. Me and my mom have turned into best friends. She raised me to give her such a level of respect. Tony and Legacy will tell you, me and my mom, we talk. We kick it.
Right.
Because
but you're not gonna tell your mom what to do in her relationship.
Hold on, Mr. Clark.
It ain't that I will tell her what to do, but if I see something is off, I'll be like, now, Mom, you raised me not to take X, Y, and Z, but you doing. Sometimes a kid is supposed to be a mirror for their parents. Something that your parent is overlooking based on they got better shit to do.
Right.
But I was raised in my family. Tony will tell you this. In our family, we was raised to stay out our parents' business.
Shit, we couldn't even be in the same living room with our parents.
But listen, Mr. Clark, this is what you're missing. You're basing this off of children. Yes, that's her child, but he's also a 34-year-old man. And
the relationship that they have had for the last 18 years, he done grew up 2 times with her.
No, she didn't put him out before several times.
What I'm
just like
saying,
my mother put me out several times.
18 and 18, he done reached the age of 18 twice with her. So he has matured in life to 18 by being raised. Now 18 are trying it on his own. You coming into the picture is to help be in a relationship with her, not to correct their relationship.
That's why I let her handle that. Because if I handle it, it'll be other things said and done.
Then you know what you need to do. If you really want to push it and have her handle it the way you want her to do it, you better lay that pipe down a little bit better.
Oh God.
You know what? I can't stand you, Juicy.
Lord.
What the man say?
Tiama, don't you
You
say
want
nothing.
your cat ate or you want an
Let me tell you.
orgasm?
See, she wasn't speaking my language with that pipe, but when she said you better gum it down, oh,
You nasty.
Something. You
Hey,
gotta
listen,
do
and
something.
that goes back to the topic. It's not about that because that's what got me in the door. I ain't worried about that. That part is covered because she always tell
okay.
me. This is what she always tell me. Dad, why you take so long? I mean, like you can't hurry up. I mean, because I don't do nothing quick but make $1. So
You and Legacy be having them problems.
I don't
Real.
legacy.
Oh
Well,
goodness. I don't even know how I even got
I
into
hope y'all
that.
figure it out.
Listen,
I don't do nothing
I'm
quick.
gonna say this. Listen, I'm gonna say this. I think, hold on. D Chapman, lay
Lay
the
the pipe
pipe
down.
down better. Yo, listen, I think I think a child should always have an open door. Uh, I think a child should always have an open door to come home to his or her parents' home. And if he or she needs a fresh start or need a sanctuary of safety, excuse me, they should always be able to go home. But there should be
Sure,
a timeline set
I agree.
of how long you plan on being. It's not a
I agree.
rush. I'm not giving you 10 days. I'm not giving you 20 days, baby. Just how much time do you need so that I can
Exactly.
plan everything around it? Because if my sons come home and they dad, I need this, I'm just breaking up with this woman. I we don't divide, we don't set our ways, we ain't got our place no more, and something like that, then of course your room is available. Hold on for a minute.
Yeah, I agree.
But I agree
I
with
get
you,
I get
Legacy.
all of
You need a
that, but
game plan.
Legacy, we've been talking to this man about this for a couple of months. If you at my house, you not doing nothing but just sitting on your ass, ain't doing. I'm sorry, my wife can't buy you shit. I dare her to. You ain't giving
Well,
him
but
now another motherfucking dime. Anything longer than 4 months of you sitting on your ass, you ain't trying. You done got comfortable.
Yeah.
Now on to the next thing, because Tony is like, come on, let's go.
Right.
Let's
Exactly. That's
On that
Tony better
note,
just stop rushing somebody before I come through this and choke him.
ain't nobody rushing
before
nobody.
you do what? You coming through what?
Johnny boy in the room down there sick as hell. He ain't finna do nothing.
Hey, Tony, I got one question for you before you start up.
Yeah.
What's Sexy T at?
Who's Sexy T?
You know who Sexy T is.
T Savage.
Yes.
I have
She
no
told my
idea.
secretary. Savage probably still celebrating
She might be
a
asleep.
congratulatory. Yeah, she might be.
Why?
But let's go ahead, bro.
Oh, man, I'm on this. I ain't worried.
I found a video that I thought was quite humorous. I'm gonna show you all this before we show you the next
Isn't that easy?
children, ungrateful kids. But before I show you that video, I'm gonna just show you this one quick humorous video, and then we'll get right into the topics video.
Get him up. Get it.
The dog twerking.
Too cute.
Hey, he get it from his mama.
Get it from his mama. She twerks or he twerks. I thought that was so cute. I said, we are gonna holler.
I knew you were gonna show that one. I knew it.
Y'all, let me tell y'all. In life, make sure you have a grown son and then a young son. Because when they come in, they don't even want to deal with you no more.
Tay, I know. Let me tell you. Come on, read what Kamal said, Tony.
My house is open to my kids. Definitely. However, there has to be a plan.
Has to be a plan. Has to be a plan. But Kamal, I'm gonna say this. There's a difference in this. is when you and your wife bought y'all house from ground up. Y'all been in that house since your kids were kids, babies. So yes, that's your house and your wife's house, but it's also your kids' home, and that's what they call home. Even though they got their own home, the I guess we could say the matriarch home would be with you and your wife. But that invitation to come and go, you guys have planted that and made them already understand that hey, you're welcome here. But at the same time, I want to see you do good outside of here in your own, have your own. The difference is with Mr. Clark is this woman has already been facilitating this 30-some-year-old man for, like Juicy said, 2 terms of 18. And he don't want to lead in this. And truthfully, she okay with if he don't leave it. And if Mr. Clark wouldn't be there right now, she wouldn't have an objection about that man being in that house other than Mr. Clark saying, hey, what the hell is he going to do? Is he going to start doing something? Juicy made up a valid point when she asked Mr. Clark, what if this young man got up, went out and started bringing in, let's say Mr. Clark brings in $1,200 a month to the house, but your son brings in $2,300 a month. Does his say so override yours because he's bringing more income in the house because you're arguing about him not bringing funds into the house? So if he actually brought in more funds into the house, would he be able to supersede your rule?
On that note, we're going to move on. Ungrateful kids.
Twerking dog, twerking dog, twerking.
I don't like electric cars.
Wait, what?
For Mercedes Benz, I don't like Tesla.
You said you like the electric cars.
I said I like Tesla. I said a Mercedes Benz. I don't like Tesla.
Well, you gotta like. This is better than a Mercedes Benz.
This is not. I don't want no car that if I gotta charge it for it to work. I didn't want that.
Girl, you need to be grateful that you got a damn car.
I could have just been walking. I would rather walk than
Right. You should be happy.
Be grateful. You can put the keys back in your purse.
Oh, and I will. And don't ask me for nothing else. Oh, you're gonna be happy with that money.
How much is this?
Girl, open it up and stop being ungrateful, because now you're starting to be ungrateful where you ain't got to worry about me ever again.
I said I wanted a Tesla. I already told you I wanted a pink Mercedes Benz.
Okay, well, I couldn't get the Mercedes Benz, so you got that.
This is all you gave me for my Sweet 16 and my Golden...
Girl, do you know how much money that is? That's $1,600 for 16.
That's it for my Sweet 16 and my Golden birthday?
Well, what did you want?
And then you gave me the truck.
This is the card. It's not the truck. This is the car one. You guys, look.
You can have all your gifts back, because why would you do this? This is my Sweet 16 and my Golden birthday, and you gave me a car I didn't even want, and then you gave me little money.
You was being really, really ungrateful.
You can give this to your mom.
This is ridiculous. Deasia, get back over here, and I'm not playing. So you really don't want this Tesla?
I don't like that. Electric cars, I don't want to have to charge my car to get on it. You could have kept your gifts and all that.
I'll take it back, or I'll give it to somebody that wants it.
Like, I did not ask for it.
Is you serious?
Worst birthday ever. Like,
how was this your worst birthday?
I didn't ask.
Did she just? You guys, I am so sorry, and honestly, I'm embarrassed. I actually thought she would be happy. She did say she wanted a Mercedes Benz, but I couldn't get her a pink one, so she always be like, oh, Teslas are nice, so I got her a Tesla. Okay. Well, you guys.
Wow.
I saw that video.
Wow.
Let me help y'all. On her birthday, she would have got her ass toe up from the flow up. And she would have never received a car till she go afford one.
But she asked for a pink Mercedes.
Tony, what? Boy,
Tony, and she also threw the other gift her mama got. That's why I say, black folks beat your kids.
But it's her. I was about to say it's her mama fault and how she brought her up. And the first thing, she got her camera going. Who is she abusing? The whole concept is that she set no value in raising her daughter to have her daughter have appreciation and gratitude. Everything has
Right.
been for a show because she out here recording to show, look what I did for my child. She trying to get clout for what she did for her child. And if you want clout from a child, you got to give them what they want. Out the mouths of babes ain't never been nothing kind. Children, children just like adults, everybody know what they want. And so if she gonna try to do something for the clout of, then she need to have that pink Cadillac there. If not, here's a birthday gift and keep it going. Ain't no way in the world would I have given my child a gift and that have happened because my child would have appreciated that they got a gift. That girl wasn't even looking at where's my gift. She talking about her sweet 16, her golden. She fitting a theme that she see across media. She trying to live up to something else, and she want to live up to what she being taught by her mama.
Well, her mama didn't teach her value because a Tesla to a Benz, she would have had a poor man's Benz, which is it's the 328 that all people get. Girl, you got a Tesla. Her whole forehead need to be pushed the fuck in.
The souped up Nissan Sentra.
I can't.
Kamal said, "Why is mom acting surprised? She didn't start this behavior that day."
Right. She created that monster.
Yeah, I blame the mother.
Go ahead, Tony.
I blame the mother because however she's acting, she learned that from the mother. Because first of all, when I was 16, there's no way in the world that I could have possibly uttered those vowels and verbs and predicates to come out of my mouth. Like hell.
Adjectives.
You know what I'm saying? Because that would have been the last breath I've taken that day. My birthday gift from Sarah would have been death.
Listen, when I first saw that video, I saw Juicy and Tayama losing it. And when I knew, I said in my head while we were watching the video, I say, Tayama is going to be the first one to reply. See, if that would have been Tayama, and I believe Juicy too, I could see Tayama, I'm talking about trying to dive across the hood of that goddamn car to get to that child. Who the fuck you
hit her ass with the whole car?
Listen, it's because you notice we didn't see a dad. We didn't see a dad. It's totally on her mom, and I'm hoping that was just staged. I really am. I'm hoping that it was staged, but to sit there and be disrespected by your child, and then for you to see it, and then you went live with it and saw the other day, you kept on with it, is what Juicy said. If she was she was trying to get self-gratification, trying to show out that she's doing a little bit better than somebody else's parents, and trying to get that type of clout. Oh, I bought my child a Tesla. But your child showed you that she didn't give a damn if it was a Lexus, a Tesla, an airplane. She wanted a pink Mercedes, and you didn't accomplish the mission. So let me show out on your ass since you're trying to show out, period. And now me,
any little $1,600 you gotta have these back because this ain't gonna pay for my birthday gift, my birthday party.
Yeah. And then it's just crazy. And then you stood there and did nothing. Nothing. DCF pros that have already been on their way over there, midway through the ass whipping.
Yes.
How DCF didn't show up to that one, I don't know. But what I do know, if that would have been Tayama, DCF would have been there soon as she would dive across. They'd have been hollering, go to commercial.
Hey, Legacy.
Yeah.
You know what?
That Tesla would have been pink. It'd have been tie-dyed because the red.
Okay, it would have been red.
Red all over.
Legacy.
Hold on, what you say, Mr. Clark?
the problem lies beginning where with that little girl, where the parent allows the child to do this, say this, freedom to say that, and or whatever. It was a good thing that she did this because people need to open their eyes. First, about how the girl acts toward her mother. Secondly, the passion, as far as I can't say the passion, the softness of the mother allowing the daughter at that age to talk to her or whatever. Because you know what I would have did? I would say, "You right. I'm gonna get this car and take it back. I'm gonna give you that money, and I want you to get your stuff and go get your own place, and maybe you'll be grateful then.
She
Because
only
when you're out
16.
there in the street
She
and
only
you miss
16.
this here,
She
you'll
only
be more
16.
grateful that I
I wouldn't
did do
care if
that
she's
for you."
16. She wasn't getting nailed down my mind.
No, I'm saying, no, I'm saying she's only 16. You're not gonna put her at your house at 16.
But let me tell you, these parents are literally afraid of their kids. They are afraid to go to jail. Like a situation happened with me a little bit like I think like a month ago. Another child decided that they wanted to bump me like we was adults. Me and her mom have at least we be on the phone at least 6-7 times out the week now. I became her best friend over me beating her daughter ass like we was two full adults.
At
Like
the
you're not
schoolhouse.
gonna hit me and I'm not finna knock your fucking head off. I'm gonna go to jail
But
by me.
but Tay,
So
but you hit it on the head, Mama. It's the parents have become the children, and the children have become the parent.
oh,
And
I call the police
society,
on you. Bitch, get the calling. But you better know you got a good 8 minutes that I'm gonna wear your ass out till they get here. So you better figure out how you want it to go.
See, they friends. See, that parent has allowed their child to be their friend.
Friend.
yes.
Let me tell you, the little girl, and I told y'all on the show how she was doing. Legacy went to my mama's house. My mama said, yeah. Tayama told
So
all the police officers, y'all ain't got enough officers to stop me.
listen, I thought I was crazy.
Once
Tayama
she
is
touched me,
crazy.
once this little girl literally put her hands on me, I don't see nothing but black. The whole time we sitting in there, she talking about, her mama say, pay attention. You don't tell me, and it's a black kid, so y'all know me. I'm like, I'm waiting on the mama to throw the whole desk off. Legacy, am I lying? Yeah, Legacy is
No.
a grown ass man. He be at my mom's house, and sometimes he'll slip up and be like, damn, he be like, oh, excuse me, mom.
Yeah. Tayama mama don't play
My mama don't play.
at
So
all.
for me to sit on here and be like, oh, my mama won't come into my house. This big old house, she'll walk on it, slap my ass down and dare me to put a hand on her, and I won't.
But
But
you know, that
y'all
comes
gotta stop
from
playing with it.
the respect that your mama, and people don't understand this. I'm gonna just say that the Bible even says that you have to have God wants you to have a fear. He wants you to have reverence of him. Fear don't mean like, oh, I want you to be petrified. The fear that you're gonna have is the respect for your parents, that you know that with you being disrespectful, there comes something behind that. My kids understand that, you know what? I want my kids to understand that, you know, there's rules and regulations to everything in life. And I want you to understand that I'm gonna love you enough to discipline you enough to understand that if I don't do this now, someone else will do it later. And like Tony said, we tend to, well, not us, because I guess they consider us old now because, you know, the new models are out. But that I've heard men even say it, black men even say, oh, you shouldn't be, you know, that's the old way of teaching kids. Just popping them and giving them a whooping, you know, is outdated. And I look at the motherfucking, let me just rephrase that. I look at them and tell them, your child gonna be the child to break you down. See, I'm not gonna worry about I don't have that. I don't have that to worry about my child disrespecting me. I'm pretty sure they cuss me out in their head. I'm pretty sure they done probably had some things to say to each other, but they ain't never gonna let me hear it. They ain't never gonna let me hear it. You know why? Because I don't want to have to deal with that dude when he step outside of my father's position into you just another nigga position. Because we can step out of that. I'm gonna do it all the time and jump back in and tell him I love you after I get that ass. But I'm finna step out of here. My children are not. I believe I'm cool with I know I used to cuss my mama out every day in my head and still do it right now. But who ain't gonna let her hear it is me.
Amen. Amen. Because I know my
You
dad.
know,
And listen to this.
My influence was afraid to cuss out my mama.
My brother told me a story one time. He said, man, me and daddy was getting in an argument. And daddy was out there mowing the grass. And daddy ain't had no shirt on. And he had his pants on, short pants on. He had his gun in his waist. And daddy said something, and I pulled my gun out. He said, daddy pulled his gun out. He said, man, I dropped my gun and jumped over the gate and hauled butt. I said, yeah, because you know daddy would kill you.
yeah.
Daddy ain't playing with you.
And
I asked Daddy, I said, Daddy, why you so hard on us? He said, shoot, y'all boys, you got to be hard on you. So we don't disrespect our father. We never did. And Tony will tell you that my daddy will punch you in your face, slap you with something, hit you with something in a heartbeat. My grandfather would do the same. My grandfather would shoot his own kid. So
they
we
must have
come up.
went to the school my mama went to.
Yeah.
My mama tell you quick, and kid hit me, I'm killing them.
Yeah.
And I wasn't gonna be stupid enough to find out.
That's
yeah, I can't.
The respect
But we
levels
gotta.
that we have for our parents coming up is a whole different from the generation now. Because when we was in the living room and playing and the company came in, we immediately went to the bedroom because we know we couldn't be in grown folks' business. And nowadays you got the kids running around and hollering and screaming while the parents having company.
But you gotta realize these kids are not being raised.
Yeah, and
they literally were being raised.
Yeah.
These kids are just growing.
The government is also to blame of that because when they allowed CPS to do all this extra stuff because of the kids.
CPS? Is
that's
that
DCF? That's
okay.
DCF.
Oh, I cuss. Let me tell you, I cuss the souls out of them and let them know they will and will not do.
Yeah.
Honey, don't tell me shit unless you finna pay any of these bills.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, I think I told this story one time, but I remember I had you know, it's okay to hang with white people when you grown. It's just okay. They good people when they grown and y'all can have civilized conversation and disagree and be okay. But I had a white friend who used to talk back to his mama. I was about in middle school. And I think, as a matter of fact, I was in the 8th grade. So, you know, my mama was hands-on. When I say hands-on, my mama was more like tell my mama. She'll pick you up with toss your ass across the house. While you flying, she jump in the air, land on top of you in mid-air. And y'all land on the ground together and she done hit you 12 times before that. So my mama was like, I told my mama, I say, you ain't whipping me no more now. So she told me up then. I went to school and told my guidance counselor on my mama. Next thing I know, I'm in class DCF at the school where I'm at. So they told me, Mr. Williams, you ain't got to worry about being abused no more. So I say, okay, cool. I'm thinking these folks finna go holler at my mama and let her know what the law is. Well, when I didn't know that the man was gonna take me from school and go holler at this lady with me. I get to my mama's house and I go in the door, and let me tell you the first thing my mama said. I know this crack ain't here for me. This man is walking in behind me, and she said. So I'll never forget his name. His name was Mr. Joel Williams. Mr. Joe come in the house and have a seat and tries to tell my mother what can't happen anymore, what's not gonna happen. And my mother say, "Oh yeah." She get up, go in the room, and all I hear is drawers opening. Mr. Joe looked over at me and said, "What is she doing?" I said, "She packing my stuff." He say, "Oh no." He say, "Miss Williams, I ain't come to take Antonio out your house." She said, "Oh yes, you did." She say, she come in the living room, got my suitcase, right there, put it in
Yeah.
front of him. So he has to leave today. He said, no, we ain't really got no place to put him. I just wanted to tell you. She said, no, what you're not gonna tell me is what I can and can't do with him. Them clothes on his back, them drawers, and that food in there on that stove is to feed him, and that's what I do. Now, you either gonna take him and all of this shit, or you can go on and leave before I can tear his ass up when you leave out of here. Mr. Joel left me, and I ain't seen Mr. Joel since.
Hey,
I ain't
Tony.
seen Mr. Joel.
Okay.
So when I see Tayama, that's why she reminds me so much, because she's fearless. I believe Juicy fearless like that too, but I get to see Tayama in person, and when I tell you, she's the most fearless women I've ever met in my life, and she don't back down from nobody, and that's how I am. And so I always tell Tony this, and he'll tell you, she's just the girl version of who I am. She love her children.
Very. Look at Tony's face.
Tiamo theme song should be the song "If I Were a Boy."
Hide your kids.
Yeah.
Hey, I remember when Tony
Hide
mother.
your women.
I remember when Tony mother whooped me. When I came in the house looking for Tony, Tony wasn't home, and Pam was in there, and something happened, and Pam said something, and I cursed, and she said, "What you say?" I cursed again, and she beat the. Then she sent me home, and my daddy came by the house, and I ain't know my daddy was gonna stop by the house. Stopped by his mother house and came home, and I got another butt whooping. But he got me slick because my daddy say, boy, get up from there. You smell bad. Go on in there, take a bath. And I went in there, took a bath, and he come in there with a belt and beat him.
Why you wet?
See, but again, that's another thing. We grew up knowing that you could get your ass whooped multiple times for doing bullshit. Disrespecting your mama. The daddy come home, you got a whooping from your mama, your daddy whoop you. Then one of your uncles hear about you being disrespectful a day later, he can come over and whoop your ass. So the decision making of you early on, we say, you know what? I might not need to do that because a lot of people hand out ass whoopings because of me doing this right here. And I don't care what nobody say. I appreciate the ass whippings that I deserved because I deserved them. I never got an ass whipping from my mama or my dad that raised me or uncle just because they wanted to beat somebody. I never got that. But every ass whipping that I got, I brought that on myself. Ass whippings will get you through.
Even getting beat up by a girl in the 3rd grade. That was all you.
Go to
Oh
commercial,
my
Tony.
God! I just
Go to
need somebody to
commercial, Tony.
unmute me so I can say that same thing. Oh, Patrick, you beat me up.
Everybody Google, thank you.
Get him up. Get it.
The dog was fidgeting.
This Ebony McDougal, I just want to thank you. I learned my lesson in the third grade not to put my hands on women. All of that is because of you. Love you.
That was a good ass whooping, girl.
Well,
That's
listen, y'all.
books.
It's that time. It's that time for us to get ready to get up out of here. Oh man, this has been an entertaining night. Mr. Clark, I appreciate you coming on tonight. And Kamal and Miss Eccles for chiming in. But we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. We're gonna start off with the juiciest cake. Let them know.
You can find me here every Tuesday and Friday on the ATL show. Check me out on Facebook, Nicole Purse, my Facebook page, Enliven Your Way to Wellness. Instagram, Miss Beautiful, or on TikTok, I'm going to get back to it, Miss Juicy Cakes. Peace.
All right, we're gonna bring up the boss lady. Hey, Miss Sweetness. Let them know, girl.
You can reach me at Tayama01 on Instagram. You can reach me at Tayama Copeland on Facebook. You can reach me at justintimeaccessories.com. You also can reach me at 954. Thank you. 873-6659.
All right, everybody. We appreciate that. We're gonna go ahead and bring out the boss man, the one that makes it possible for us to be out here in this ATL world, ATL land. Y'all know what he is to me, to all of us on here. But he's also a major pain in my ass, and his birthday is coming up. So everybody understand we want to be able to give a big shout out to my brother on his birthday. So we're gonna be live. Y'all can chime in, tell him happy birthday, let him know how old he is, all of that, because he is getting old. He almost 60. And I love you, bro. That's why I'm able to tell people your business. And he's a pain in my ass, but I love him. Mr. AB, let him know.
I'm yours truly, Mr. Anthony Brown. I can be found on all social media. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube under Anthony Brown or The Anthony Brown Show. Also, you can reach me on here, the ATL Show, every Tuesday and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have a Facebook page. Please follow my Facebook page. It's Anthony the Writer. I'm active on TikTok as well as Facebook Reels. Doing my thing over there. I'm the Anthony Brown 561. And words that I live by, and I wish you would too, and that's you got to grind until you shine. And only for business purposes, you can reach out to me at 561-768-3710.
All right, everybody. We appreciate you. Y'all know who I am. I'm Legacy the Great. You can reach out to me on Facebook at Dream Williams. You could also reach me on YouTube at Legacy the Great. My email address is legacyunlocked@mail.com. My cell phone number for business purposes only, dealing with my legal business, which is Legal Legacy. You can reach out to me at 229-630-7615. In closing tonight, out two-part closing, I want to just say I will stand a little correct about what my sisters were saying tonight is, no, women don't always make these bad choices by themselves. They don't. But women, let's also hold ourselves at a higher standard and give yourself time to know who a person is, especially a man, and do an overview of who he is and how he moves and acts. He already got kids and you got kids. If you don't have kids, if you see this man not trying to fight to be in his children's lives, or he's not even trying to participate in his children's lives, he shouldn't even be considered as a candidate to be part to even entertain any of your time. Because if you're a woman that's looking to have kids and he's not the person that he already had kids and not doing right by him, he shouldn't even be the person that even have occupy your time. And then we're going to go on to my second topic before we get out of here is parents. Let's go back to raising our kids and stop allowing social media, society dictate how our children are going to be. No, when our children do get to a certain age, they do start to buck, but they only test in the water. tighten up on that ass and let your kids know until they get out and get their own shit. They don't tell you what to do and they don't run you. ATL, ho!
I see Tyson.
Yeah. 28 grams of moss, 28 grams of moss. Little people the kings, little people the kings. Y'all ain't even ready for this. Y'all ain't even ready for this. Yeah. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. Don't know why you can't wanna wait to be with the street just to give you cats a chance to eat. What you got for early didn't finish the plate. Now that I'm back, you rap cats are gonna have to wait. Been gone a whole year, still nobody got the leadership or the heart to even feel my spot. I'm the champion, must I say it again? The best in this rap game and I continue to win. Still I'm allergic to that, losing makes me sneeze. Like you phony rap cat, about to make me squeeze. Bring your whole crew, nigga, I'ma swallow that. So when it pops off, ANC is on a holler back. It's 28 grams, nigga. I've been running this shit. So anything in front of me can fuck around and get hit. I follow you rap cats, so you niggas my sons and I'm the truth. Wow, cause I'm the motherfucking champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. Still rep the A&T, but I carry my throne. God bless every child that can hold it home. And I am that child, as you niggas can see. Cause ain't another rapper out here better than me. And this goes to anybody trying to steal my spot. I'm number one in this shit, so number one you die. So when you can't scream, y'all is the best, I laugh. Like really, you cats don't really know the half. You do the math, and that's yourself who really great. Then add it up and watch it equal up to 28. So that's the little cats know who really the done. I'm overall, I let you niggas fight for number one. Yeah, put that on my life, put that on my son. Gotta stay the best of people leaking trade love. In my throne, I'm a key.